Good day, everyone. Today, my report will be the continuation of the portfolio assessment. But the topic that I will be discussing today is about the pros and cons, which is the advantages and disadvantages of portfolio assessment, and the using of portfolio in assessment. So our learning objectives for today's topic is K for identify the pros and cons and the using of portfolio and assessment. S for differentiate the pros and cons in portfolio assessment. And A for appreciate the importance of pros and cons using a graphic organizer. So, as what I have said earlier, the contents for today's topic is the pros and cons, which is the advantages and disadvantages, and the using portfolios in assessment. Are you ready for our topic today? Pros and cons. But first, let's define what is pros first. So pros, which is the advantages, which it benefits students, learners. What are the beneficial of this, the advantages of this, how it helps to the learners. While the cons is the disadvantages. What are the other consequences or the advantages that it will give to the learners? So, the first one is the individual talents. For our pros, every student in a class has individual talents. Some of students may thrive in the area of composition while others do better with audiovisual presentation. Having a portfolio as an assessment format allows each student to display it means that stronger it provides the teacher work in place for in a way that differentiate her assessment based on the individual works or we all students different while talents still assigning on one individual talent in a class. So when a teacher is assigning you in one of the topic or one it is where the teacher can measure the ability or the talents that you have. So it lets the students choose their very best work to showcase and allows every student a time to shine or a chance to shine. Because if every student is given an opportunity to present or to showcase their talent, it is a big help to them, and it how do you call this it gives an opportunity to them. So progressive assessment. The portfolio provides the teachers often have to demonstrate student growth in a course. So it means that the portfolio provides a way provides an easy way to show what the students have learned rather than working a student single assignment in a course as well as from one day of an entire semester of the year. So which means giving an assignment is really like not too not too advantage to the students, but you can help the students to give them an assessment after the discussion, give them an activity to enhance and to progress the knowledge that you have. And now let's proceed to Dr. Grading challenges. So grading challenges a portfolio can be difficult since each one is going to be different. A strong rubric helps a teacher grade a portfolio content, but even then, there is a lot of room subjectively when looking at one portfolio versus another, making it difficult to assign grade fairly. So it is true. When grading a portfolio, um, it's so difficult. It's so challenging since the talent of each learners or students is different. So maybe the other students are good in drawing or drawing, painting, or anything. The others, while the other while the other students is more on talking, um, um, giving opinions like that. So it is really challenging to the teachers. I mean, in grading system. So another grading challenge with a portfolio is that it is usually lets students show off their strengths, but often hide their weaknesses. So it provides an incomplete picture of what the students know or understand. So it is so true when the students doesn't show their weaknesses or hide their weaknesses as well as their strength. Thus, the teachers cannot figure out what is it, or portfolio usually do not incorporate a student's ability to recall facts either, so they cannot stand more without or more traditional forms of assessment to go with them. So that is the cons or disadvantages of grading challenges. Now, the second one is timing issue. So, teachers have so many things to fit in a class schedule that can be doubting at the best of time. Using portfolio as an assessment is a major time commitment. Not only to do the to have time students have to have time to work on the individual portfolio assignments, but they also need time to put them together. So it is so true. When the teachers have more works to do, she or he cannot manage the time as well as the students. So teachers need an extra time to grade the portfolio since one will include several times as item because you're not the only students or you're passing an output or passing on a portfolio. So the time constraints of fitting this assignment into the class schedule may lead some teachers to assign the portfolio work outside of the class for homework. But this opens up several opportunities for academic dishonesty, which can be difficult to identify. But yes, this is one problem also because the dishonesty will include in this. And I hope you gain knowledge about the advantages or the pros and cons of portfolio assessment. And now, let's move on to using portfolio and assessment. There are six types of using portfolio and assessment. The first one is determine the purpose of the portfolio. Decide how the results of a portfolio evaluation will be used to inform the program. So, um, when there's a program, there is a portfolio that will be shown for for the evaluator to examine it. So the second one is identify the learner's outcomes the portfolio will address. The third one is decide what the students will include in their portfolio. So you as a teacher will decide or will give them on what they will going to put in that portfolio or what they are going to make in that portfolio. The fourth one is that Identify or develop the scoring criteria, like rubrics, to judge the quality of the portfolio. In making a portfolio, there's always a criteria. Even it's not portfolio, there's always a criteria or a rubric that the student will follow. So that this is also the way you are going to grade the portfolio that you are given to the students. Or so that we have yeah. The fifth one is that establish standard of performance and examples. And the last one is that create students instruction that's specific how students collect, select, reflect, format, and submit. So it is where the students must really listen to the instruction given to their teachers, because this is where you will follow the instruction on how you are going to make your portfolio, or what are the things you are going to put or to make in that portfolio, the format, the reflections, and everything. So that's all for our topic today. I hope you gain a knowledge about the pros and cons of portfolio, as well as the using portfolio in assessment. I have a question here. What are other pros and cons of making portfolio assessment? 2. Do you think that making portfolio assessment will enhance the performance test? Why or why not? And the third one is that as a future educator yourself, why do we need to give portfolio assessment to the students? And that's it. I hope you gained some knowledge about the topics that I presented today. And thank you for listening, everyone. I am Jasalmi Baguio Macapanas, your presenter for today.